wie geht's? Okay, ja. Bevor wir dann Dings direkt starten, die Verhandlungen und so weiter, gehe ich mal die ganzen Antworten durch, die wir haben. Ganze Vermutungen. Hab schon gesehen, wurde wieder ein bisschen was dazu geschrieben.
Danganronpa.
Und ja, mal schauen. Okay. Also, wie geht's eigentlich unserem Haustier? Naja. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck is that mountain? When did it get here? There. Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. I mean, what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
I know, they probably ran away.
No way!
Oh, hell nah! There's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me!
I'm telling you, let me go.
Hey!
Hey now!
Come on now!
If you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey!
Hey, Fuyuhiko, what were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that the fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about that anyway?
You.
How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait!
My hero, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. Dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened, sinner?
I am right here.
Now then, let us begin.
Remember this well. Our main character arrives when he intends to.
Huh?
Hey.
It seems you noticed it too. If I did, well, I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field.
Wait!
Please, wait a second.
What's this?
My Monomi, just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Huh? Do you actually want to join in?
You masochistic mascot!
Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
Special bleeding service!
Ah well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya later!
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance? What the? Something's shaking.
Oh,
This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Something came out.
no way.
Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
What?
Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Mega Z is trembling with fear.
Oh, that's so totally suspicious.
Hey!
Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already.
Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely.
No way!
There's no way. There's just no way we'll find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Yeah! Video game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. And all I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock.
Huh?
This is an elevator? I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Gee, once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases.
However,
if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. What I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending, and then the elevator door slowly opened.
welcome.
This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fate.
Why, you?
What the hell is he thinking? Locking us up in a shitty looking place like this?
Don't fuck with me!
I'm fucking crazy, don't mess with me, asshole!
Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written.
It looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked toward the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, it's a little life-threatening trial bellowing with hope and despair has begun. Arjun,
Schön kein komisches Gelaber von wegen, bla bla bla, bla bla bla. Da habe ich schon wieder komplett vergessen, was Nagito gesagt hat überhaupt. Vor jedem Class Trial. Das sich so merkwürdig angehört hat. Okay, Skills haben wir im Moment noch gar keine. Das ist interessant. Waren die Hamster? Okay. Also schauen wir mal. Also Rizurus hat abgestimmt. Rizurus richtige Antwort. Ihr kennt das ja schon ein bisschen. So, Test meint Pekoyama war's. Warum denkt denn Peko? Nachdem Peko die Gruppe verließ, um die eine Box zu bewachen, schloss sie sich in der Toilette ein, von der sie aus unter den Boden kroch und zum Partyraum schlich, um darauf zu warten, dass der Stromausfall eintritt. Der Stromausfall wurde durch beide Klimaanlagen ausgelöst, die darauf eingestellt waren, um 23:30 Uhr einzuschalten und somit die Sicherungen rausschlugen. Byakuya, der vorgewarnt wurde, dass in der Nacht Mord passieren würde, öffnete die Box, die er noch hatte, nahm Nachtsichtgeräte raus, um so einen möglichen Mord zu verhindern. Sah, dass sich etwas unter dem Boden bewegte und verfolgte es bis unter dem Tisch, wo Peko ihn dann wiederholt mit ihren Schwertern erstach. Das Messer, das unter dem Tisch lag, war dort zuvor angebracht worden. Blut an dem Messer ist nicht Byakuyas, sondern ist nicht Byakuyas. Vermute, es gehört dem Tier, das Teru für das Bankett auseinandernahm. Nachdem sie die Tat vollbracht hatte, ging Peko auf ihre Position zurück und reinigte ihre Mordwaffe mit dem Tischtuch, das in der Wäsche gefunden wurde. So viel zu meiner Vermutung. Bin mir etwas unsicher damit, da ich auch einige der Beweisstücke nicht ganz zuteilen kann. Ansonsten finde ich auch Nagito recht verdächtig. Immerhin war er derjenige, der den Raum vorbereitet hat. Als ultimativer Lucky Student war es für ihn ein Glückstreffer, derjenige gewesen zu sein, der das rote Stäbchen gezogen hatte. Eine Auswahlmethode, die er vorgeschlagen hat. Ernsthaft, nur eine Person soll einen ganzen verwahrlosten Partyraum alleine aufräumen. Also recht. Okay. Der Mangoman, wie der Username angegeben wurde, der Mangoman, meint, das komische kleine Mädchen, Hyoko Sayonji, war's. Mit der Begründung, die ist so abwesend von allem. Und Broken meint, Nagito Komaeda war's. Der Broken-Romanschreiber schreibt: Ich weiß, ich sollte nicht, jedoch führt kein Weg drum herum. Ich muss raus aus diesem Terrarium, also fordere ich mein Glück heraus und wage den Sprung ins unbekannte Medium. Aber ich bin nicht dumm. Nicht nur Glück, sondern auch Verstand wird hier gebraucht. Ich überlege, wen nur soll es treffen. Egal. Irgendwen nur sollte er bei der Tat praktisch in meiner Nähe stehen. Ich plane mein Vergehen in der Hütte und räume sie auf. Die ganze Arbeit nehme ich dafür gerne in Kauf. Aus der Küche ein Messer unterm Tisch befestigt. Das wird reichen für 2 Leichen. Und das ist lang hat's gedauert, endlich wird gelauert, mit Geschick auf dem richtigen Augenblick. Ja, guten Abend, ein angenehmer soll es sein. Lasst uns speisen, trinken und die Stimmung genießen. Nichts soll uns diese vermiesen. Hoppla, habe ich da etwa den Stromkreis überlastet? Tut mir sehr leid, die Party schien etwas eingerastet. Das bringt etwas Schwung in die Sache, dachte ich mit unterdrückter Lache. Jetzt her mit dem Dolch, schnell muss es gehen, schließlich soll es unbemerkt geschehen. Doch ergreift mich plötzlich eine Hand aus dem Dunkeln. Wie kann das sein? Wer ist diese Gestalt? Keine Zeit, ich winde mich in ihrem Griff und steche zu, wieder und wieder. Ich merkte, seinem Körper wurden schwer die Glieder. Zu Boden ging er und ich mit Hast und Schreck versteckte die schwere Last unterm Tischgedeck. Das Licht ging wieder an und der Trubel begann. Jeder suchte den missenden Goldjungen mit seinen wahnwitzigen Versprechungen. Als man ihn fand, wurde es sich um ihn versammelt. Er war voller Blut und alle haben nur gestammelt. Neben ihm ein Nachtsichtgerät, da wurde mir klar, so hat er mich erspäht. Er war tatsächlich kein Narr. Sei es drum, was auch immer, er ist tot und niemand hat einen Schimmer. Warum? Vor allem dieser eine Idiot. Er glaubt mir jedes Wort. Was? Das eine Küchenmesser war nicht an seinem Ort? Was hat das zu tun mit diesem Mord? Ein blutiges Laken im Lagerraum? Vielleicht findet sich hier noch mehr. Ha, wohl kaum. Und warum sollte er mir nicht trauen? Immerhin bin ich der nette Lucky Student. Ein durchschnittlicher Niemand. Unfähig, auch nur an Mord zu denken. Keiner würde einen Gedanken an mich verschenken. Doch in Wahrheit bin der Mörder ich. Komaeda Nagito. Ein noch hässlicher Naegi Makoto. Nicht schlecht. Nicht schlecht geschrieben. Respekt. Also das bringt mich auf die Sache, dass das noch keiner irgendwie gedacht hat. Ja, zumindest habe ich es nicht mitbekommen, falls es mal angesprochen wurde im Chat. Aber noch keiner hat irgendwie gemeint oder die Vermutung aufgestellt, dass Makoto Naegi eventuell Ding sein könnte. Nagito, komm mal her da. Ich meine, soll die Theorie herkommen? Naja, beide sind die Ultimate Lucky Students. Beide sehen sich relativ ähnlich. Beide haben Kapuzenpullis, Kapuzenjacken an. Haare sind, wenn man mal Haare vergleicht, einfach ein bisschen strubbelig. Nicht so glatt. Augenfarbe ist auch relativ ähnlich. Aber ja. Naja. Okay. Also schauen wir mal, finden wir mal raus, wer es war.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If you can't do that... No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. Class tutorial has finally started. Tutorials. Non-stop debates. Lies and mistakes. Truth bullets, refute. Okay. Okay. Also im Moment ist noch wie im ersten Spiel. Knife, gaps in floorboard, bloodstain on the table.
Why was Byakuya...
Where's Byakuya's body?
in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why?
Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Why was Byakuya's in a place like...
His body was under at the very back of...
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No, that's wrong!
No, it's wrong!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Aww. And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably that vision goggles.
Crap!
During the party. In case.
Crap!
Hä?
Okay. Murder?
Nein!
Crap!
Reason Byakuya dove under the table. Knife?
I can prove it with this!
Okay.
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
Auffällige Strähne wie Makoto. Ja, das ist in den Haupt-Danganronpa-Spielen ist das Ahoge Standardkennzeichen für die Protagonisten. Only one weak spot from this point, and various weak spots, no matter how many weak spots, only one lie or contradiction and debate. False weak spots. Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black!
It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong! No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
What?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Huh?
The other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Rebuttal showdown. Counter. More remarks due to what their advantage. Shows the sharpness of the counter's blade. Cut remarks during one round of the debate. So please be very careful. Mood steers to your advantage for a certain length of time. Hello. Warum wird hier die Steuerung für Tastatur und Maus angezeigt, obwohl ich mit Controller spiele? Okay.
If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night, then they could have killed Byakuya even in reality. So those goggles were planted and the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh.
Because if they used, then they could have killed Byakuya even, in reality. So those goggles were planted. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words! No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. Knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Duct tape.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
Huh? Duct tape?
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right, Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur. Murder thread.
I can prove it with this! Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies!
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
Big Butler, 27 Glückwunsch.
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
I see. A strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it among us? Who is the killer who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
Oh, the killer definitely used a mark, and because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. They're glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
SCP Containment Breach habe ich letztes Jahr Halloween gestreamt. Für ungefähr, weiß ich nicht, halbe Stunde oder so. Und mehr werde ich es auch nicht streamen. Ist nicht so mein Spiel.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
I am not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? Blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. Colored weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots. Blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. Okay, jetzt fängt's an mit Zeug, wo man Leute ja, unterstützen kann mit Argumenten. When shooting agree spots with through bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When the truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. A little odd in here. From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. Okay. Okay, die ganzen Account-Dinger, Moment, die muss ich nochmal. Ibuki. During blackout, Ibuki was able to discern all the noise people were making. Oh, it's a blackout, I can't see anything. Okay, das hat mit Peko nichts wirklich zu tun. Teru. Gas from the kitchen is powered by electricity. Teru couldn't use it during the blackout. Okay, mehr nicht. Chiaki was standing guard outside Fuyuhiko, apparently came to the old building and walked away. Kazuichi. During the search for Byakuya after blackout, Kazuichi headed straight to the office. He didn't see anyone there, including Peko. Okay, das ist wahrscheinlich das Wichtige. Kazuichi haben wir gar nicht. She could have caused blackout at
That's impossible.
Chiaki,
Huh?
Nekomaru.
Why is it impossible?
Wait, Nekomaru. Trying to use the bathroom before party started. Someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the black...
That's impossible.
Huh? What?
Because I was not in the off, not even before the blackout.
I agree with that. No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be... true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier!
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Seriously, stop it.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
Question is whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Okay. A knife, is it party dishes?
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
No, that's wrong!
Wrong!
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pecco wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Cease this bickering!
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us. Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
Crap!
Ja, nicht ganz, nicht direkt.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, did they throw a...
Maybe they used a remote...
They probably messed with the...
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
I agree with that. It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
Nur in dem Teil hast du einen Charakter. Ja, okay, im ersten Teil gibt es eigentlich keinen, den ich eigentlich nicht mag. Im zweiten Teil, ja, das komische kleine Mädchen mag ich überhaupt nicht. Geht mir ein bisschen auf den Sack. Und im dritten Teil gibt es eine Person, die geht mir auf den Sack. Die mag ich nicht.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah, it seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
What?
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
What? Okay.
If the irons in the storage room caused the then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the store? Then that means everyone who was when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to if the irons caused the blackout.
Allow me to cut through those words. The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Wissenschaftlerin geht dir auf die... Was? Mio ist das Beste. Ist mit einem meiner Lieblingscharaktere aus dem dritten Teil.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
Die Person, die ich im dritten Teil nicht mag, ist die komische Neo-Aikido-Frau, die irgendwie komplett, weiß nicht, bisschen sehr voreingenommen gegenüber Männern ist. Und das auch, ja, verbal sehr stark äußert.
"11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hands died around that time too!
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time, and maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Yeah, Hoffnung. Yeah.
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
Yeah, stepping stone.
In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Yeah, hope.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think.
Did you say something?
'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
A clue, you say?
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They use glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to the table in the dark. Killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Spot selection.
Here! The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used power cord.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
Only person here who could have possibly done it.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. Go through the trouble of preparing this, just what did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes! At that moment, Nagito's eyes. The darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with the twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Me? Lie? That's outrageous! There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. I'm too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. I'm too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
Huh?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey Nagito! If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then, how about that old-looking building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there, and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health.
In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Peko was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions. It was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
I use his talent. I believe his talent is ultimate lucky.
I see! You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
I'm left with the red mark.
Ha! For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed? Oh, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
It's fine. Let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please! Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is Nagito really the killer?
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
White noise. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
Na.
He has already confessed.
Ist es nimmer wie im ersten Spiel?
You know...
Fuck.
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
Oh, never mind. Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch!
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
Wieso kann ich?
I think it's strange that...
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
Wieso kann ich das Zeug nicht abschießen?
He has already confessed.
You know...
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with the knife he hid.
No, that's wrong!
Okay, irgendwie kann ich die White Noise Dinger nicht abschießen.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikon?
Okay, wird hoffentlich nichts falsch tasten. Nicht, dass ich wüsste, ich habe jetzt eigentlich jede Taste mal ausprobiert. Na, hoffentlich. Nicht spammen. Ja, doch. Bei den White Noise, die White Noise Dinger kann man, soweit ich weiß, eigentlich wegmachen. Ohne Probleme. Naja, mal gucken. Solange die nicht irgendwie im Weg sind, sondern einfach nur so rumfliegen. Das sollten die jetzt nicht keine Probleme machen.
The hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But, based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse!
Spiel wechseln. Ach, wäre nicht schlecht, ja. Okay, ist aktualisiert. Jetzt sollte auf Twitch Danganronpa 2 stehen.
Not a whorehouse!
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikon? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikon's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout. Did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Na, Glückwunsch.
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout?
Oh,
If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
Truth is beyond our sight. No, it can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Ibuki's account.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
For reals?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Ah! Don't step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth!
However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife, and he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward.
Wollte gerade alle umlegen.
Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. Just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here.
well now.
Now then, the class run has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you.
What's this?
To those of you who figured out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion.
10 billion?
Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on.
Now then, what are you gonna do?
F mouse button continue. B, Guess the Killer Challenge. Was? Jetzt auf einmal ist Controller.
Just kidding, you can't make a choice. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
You're so evil.
Villain, you truly are a villain. Böser Monokumo.
I'm Mon Ami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now.
Okay. Wir machen mal kurze Pause. Ich brauche mal kurze Pause.